drop a beat.
This is how it starts.
Y'all didn't know I have a DJ name on the weekends?
We drop a different beat.
All right, it is time for the Funkast Blast.
Ooh, Funkast Blast. Funkast Blast.
Funkast
Pew.
Blast.
Pew, pew, pew.
Funkast Blast. Funkast Blast. Pew, pew, pew.
Today we won't chew into the mics this time.
Is that a better one?
That was awesome.
What's up, fanatics? Welcome to episode 136 of the Funko Funkast, the only official Funko podcast recorded at Funko HQ in Everett, Washington. This is your host, Sully.
It's Ashley from work.
Brand new shiny tooth, Dima.
Wow.
Somaly Castro.
Welcome, Somaly. I think that gives away. This is a getting to know episode because we have a special guest. Now, you have been on before, right?
I have. I've been on 2 times. One time was just a really fast question. You guys probably didn't even realize I was on it. And then the second time, we spoke about, was it a convention that we did?
Oh, that might have been, was that when we were in the weird X-Men hotel? Were you there for that one? That was a great one. That was the gaming convention.
That was E3.
E3, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Well, so you've been on before, so people have heard your voice, but they've got to know you very little. That's what today's all about. We get to know you a lot more, find out all the cool things you know about Funko, because you have been here for a hot minute, haven't you?
Going on 7 years in April.
She's an OG. So in Funko years, how many years is that?
53.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Nice.
Give or take. About the same as 10 Uber minutes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For anybody listening, if this is your first time, we record weekly to bring you the latest reveals, listener questions, hints, bad dad jokes, pop culture discussions, occasional games, and giveaways. We don't have a game today. I have failed miserably. Let's jump in and talk to Somaly, and we'll start with the basics. We'll just ease into it. We know your name. What do you do here at Funko?
I am the senior event manager, so I take care of all of our trade shows that we do, along with our Comic-Cons.
Okay, so if there's a booth at, say, San Diego Comic-Con, a big double-decker booth, and all that is under your purview, the booth, the carpet, the product, the lines.
She's the mothership.
Correct. I take care of all of that.
Wow.
There is actually like a carpet samples next to your desk right now.
Yeah. No kidding, right?
Yeah.
Carpet sample and our
I've been laying
wooden
on that
sample.
for weeks. Is that not what we're supposed to do?
I like to rub my side of my
In the
cheek
afternoon,
against
that's where I
it.
take a nap.
It's really cozy.
Yeah.
I mean, we can dive into this deeper for sure, but like, is that just an insane amount of work? Like, is there a lot of planning that goes into every one of these cons? I would imagine so.
Oh, yes. It is a lot of planning. Some shows take, let's say, three months to plan. Other shows take a year to plan, depending on how big the shows are. I'm currently working on New York Toy Fair right now. That's one of the largest shows that we do, and it is happening in 2 weeks. So I'm super stressing, making sure that we grab everything that we need. So that's why sometimes I might be going off tandem and just like talking about nothing because my mind.
She does, yeah.
I like sometimes.
What's your biggest obstacle with that right now?
The coronavirus.
That's right.
I mean, for real though, like you said this the other day, I thought you were joking at first, but it's because of where stuff's coming from, right?
Exactly. So I'm waiting on some samples, and due to the coronavirus, factories have not reopened yet. And so we need to think of creative ways to ship the products to us. Originally, it's supposed to be shipped directly to our HQ, and then we review it, we look at it, but now we have some shipping directly to the booth. So it's just, you got to be fluid, and you got to just roll with the punches.
Yep.
And coronavirus,
Somaly's coming after you.
She's gonna clear
She's
the whole
gonna-
thing
yep.
up, just solve it so that she can get on with her Toy Fair plan.
Exactly.
Guys,
don't get in my way.
Yeah, exactly. She just comes in there with her mask on. I got this. Stand out of the way. I'll clear it all up.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that is one of my hurdles I'm working with now.
Always something though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it reminds me of that one time when we had a moth issue.
A moth issue?
That
No,
was
we're gonna
more
go
about
that
the
way.
moth.
Moth.
Oh, okay.
We had one big moth.
It swooped in and took all the product and left
Took
a
Somaly
bear.
away.
That sounds like a
That's
Dima
a movie.
moment if I've
That's
ever
a
heard
movie.
one.
So this is actually a funny story that happened years ago. Egyptian moth. It's a real thing. It's a
Really?
real thing. Yeah. They came and infested one of our cargo ships, our containers.
No.
Yeah, and some of our products were late to ship. Yeah, it was like, I want to say, a really popular product, but we got it out the door. We were able to save the product, some of the products to ship out and make our retailers happy.
And you had to deal with that as well.
I did. This was like years ago when there was probably 30 employees.
So speaking of that, that's a perfect segue. How long? You said you've been here 7 years?
Correct.
The Funcast number?
7.
What employee number were you when you started?
21, baby.
Wow. That talk about an OG. If you're single or early double digits, that's really an indication of a long tenure at Funko. And now we have, I don't even know what the total number is now. Do you guys have any clue? Like, we're approaching 1,000 at this point, aren't we?
I have no idea.
Like
I have no idea.
worldwide?
I mean, last time that I checked, which was probably 2 years ago, we were about 600.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
1,000.
And I started a little over 3 years ago, and I was the low 300s. Wow. So, wow, we have grown.
We have grown tremendously, and I love it. I love seeing where we are now from where we were before. I love just meeting all these new employees who are super excited to start Funko. And it's funny because when I talk to people, I say, hey, how did you hear about Funko? And they would, have something to say like, oh, I collected it before, I've seen them at major retailers and, was curious about it and just Googled you guys. Me? No idea what Funko was when I first started.
Really? So, how did you find the job?
A temp agency actually called me and said, hey, we have this really great opportunity for you. And I go, what is it? They go, it's a toy manufacturing company in Linwood. I go, no. And no, thank you. So then a week later, they called me again and was like, hey, just try it out. Here's a link to Evening Magazine because Brian was interviewed for Evening Magazine. And I think Reese was actually in a clip too. Reese O'Brien,
Yep,
yeah,
that's it.
was in a clip of this Evening Magazine show. And so then I play it and I'm thinking, okay, it's a local company. They make toys. What's the harm in trying? Let's look a little bit more into this. So, they called a second time, and I said no again, even after watching the clip and thinking maybe I should, because I was going to school, and, I had this whole, life plan, which BTW. Psh.
Yep.
Doesn't always work, okay?
It never works.
So then the third time they actually called and said, hey, because the approach was this, why don't you use it as practice for your interviews going forward?
Dang, they were really pitching it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, fine. Let me go in. I'll polish up on my interview answers. So I went and I Googled all these situational questions, prepared, right?
Yeah.
I go in. The interview was 2 minutes at the most.
Wow.
It was, tell me about yourself. I don't even remember what I said, but I started just spewing stuff out. And there was probably a few more questions about my background, what I currently do, and why I would make a good fit for this position.
Wow.
And then I walked out of the car. I texted my husband, and I was like, I didn't get the job.
Really? You thought it went that badly?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
here to tell you that you have passed the interview and you got the job. 7 years later.
I know, right?
Yeah, it seems like everything worked out.
I've just been here for 7 years. I didn't really
Just
get the
waiting.
job.
She's not on the payroll.
Yeah.
Nobody told her.
It's like Office Space. She's got a swing line stapler on her desk. So why is it they came after you 3 separate times trying to get you here? What were you doing before that? You said you were in school. You didn't have a degree at that point, or?
I used to work at a bank. Yeah, I used to work at a bank. I was there for 5 years.
Legally
I
or
was
illegally? Like,
Get
as an
paid there
actual
either.
employee.
I actually got paid.
And it was weird nighttime. Nobody was at the bank.
Like, I don't know.
What are you doing at the bank at 3 a.m. with a black mask on?
But yeah, I was there for 5 years. I was I did real estate. I did their commercial loans. So this was right at the high of real estate. And then we crashed and I had to go and look for other jobs. And I was like, I'm just going to go to school, take the severance pay and go to school.
Well, you're kind of doing real estate right now. You're doing real estate of hearts and memories.
Hearts and
Wow.
memories. Look at
wow.
you.
that?
Not the friends we made
See
along
that?
the way.
Let's stitch that into a pillow real quick.
I have to write down these little gems like hearts and memories, so we can put it in the notes when we upload the podcast there.
Hearts and memories.
A real estate agent.
So I feel like we got a pretty good idea of your origin story there, what you did before, how you came to Funko. Any cool stories that you can share from over the years that got you to this point? Any things that stand out about your journey with Funko?
I mean, I just remember thinking, I'm going to own events one day. I'm going to own it. I'm going to kill it and crush it. And this was when I was in sales.
Really?
But I loved events. Like, I remember planning my own wedding and just like the whole intricate detail, the planning, the like execution. I just knew. And then we went to San Diego. I went to San Diego, I want to say in 2015, and that's the first time that I actually worked a booth. And I just came in as like a cashier. Mm-hmm. And I remember just looking around and seeing everybody moving and grooving and thinking like, I can improve in this, let's do this, right? Like just identifying just improvements. That's it. And then we went to New York Comic-Con for the first time that year. And Becker, it was actually, he was there. And I remember having a conversation with him. And he said, are you happy with what you're doing? And he told me his background story, how he founded Funko and his story with like him and Brian's friendship and how the transition from Becker to Brian happened, which is in that documentary.
Nice call out.
And I just remember thinking, okay, well, what will make me happy is events. Like, yeah, I do sales, but events is something that like is a true calling to me. And I just kept on pushing. I always did it as a side job, even though I was like, oh, I'm a sales manager. Oh, I'm in sales operations. Let's still get me into these events and like make sure that I am looped in every part of it. And then all of a sudden,
Boom.
I just said, I'm going to own events, please.
And you did. And talk about own it. I still can't get over, like, we've been working cons together since the end of 2016, and no matter how much stuff is going on, how crazy it gets, I'll come to you with some big problem we have, and you'll just look at me and smile and go, I got it under control. And then you just handle it. I don't know anybody else that can do it.
I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
How do you do it? What's the secret? Like, there's so many problems arise at the con. Cons never smooth sale. There's always something that's been delivered, broken, or something like some kind of issue, and you just keep it cool. And you're like, I got this. Do you just?
Is there a secret to it all?
Yes, and it's a secret.
There it is.
All right, there we go.
I love
No one will ever know except for her.
No one.
Maybe she'll tell us one day when she's moved on and she's not doing events anymore, or she's doing events somewhere else. Then she'll tell us the Funko secret.
I like it.
I hope that's a very, very long time down the road.
I mean, who's the best person you've hired?
Well, background story. I hired Ashley.
That's true.
What? You weren't even fishing for that.
Have the fans changed over the years when you go to the cons? Like the
Yeah, they all got older.
well, yeah, but the personalities, like the fire in the eye, like and all that, has that changed, evolved into anything, or is it still the same?
Well, I mean, I don't know if the fans have changed, but I know that I have changed. I know that I now am more involved with interacting with fans instead of being in the background. I make a conscious effort to, talk to people and ask them questions like, hey, what do you guys love about Funko? Tell me how you guys got here. Just getting to know them on more of a personal level. that's me. And I mean, all the fans are super nice when they get into our line and get up front.
Yeah, that definitely helps. It always changed my attitude when I got in the line and up front. I'm so close. I'm going to buy all these amazing things. Changes the tune, doesn't it?
How did the transition happen when the cons were open to everybody could walk into the booth to like change to the lottery? How did
when
that
did you guys
transition
realize
happen?
like this needs to be
Controlled?
yeah.
So
We've got a situation.
the situation was 2014. I think it was San Diego Comic-Con. There was no line. There was no lottery for lines. I personally wasn't there. I just
You just heard
stories. So I know that in 2015 we knew that we had to do something different, and this was before the electronic randomized drawing for San Diego Comic-Con. We had to wake up at 6 a.m. to go into this hall and pass out random tickets, or it would be an iPad that you would push a button and it would say, yes, you get a ticket, or no, you don't get a ticket. And we did that for a few years until people started having automated randomized drawings.
Yeah, I like using the proper terminology there. We talked about this last week on the Funkast, and that it used to be the term lottery, but we're moving to drawing just because it's a better word for it.
Randomized drawing,
There you go.
guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about fandoms. One of our big mottos of the last year and a half has been everyone is a fan of something. So as part of getting to know you, we'd like to know, what are you a fan of? What are your fandoms?
Food.
Oh, well, you'll fit right
Can
in
confirm.
Food. I love food.
here. What food specifically? Anything?
Dude, okay, so
Here we go. She's dropped
my
the scroll.
favorite used to be pasta. Any types of pasta, I would just eat it up. And carbs, like garlic bread, eat it up. And then this thing called age happened and metabolism.
the great protector
Wise
of
Yeah.
words
food.
here.
So I had to change up my eating habits. And my favorite thing to eat now is just sushi. I mean, keep it simple. I can just do a plain salmon and dip it in soy sauce and call it good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a place close by.
Yeah, Kai Sushi.
There's the name.
Oh, I was like, I don't even know the name. It's
We
just
just
like,
say
we going to sushi?
The sushi place. Yeah, exactly.
Kai Sushi. Yep, that is one of my favorite spots.
Do you have any fandoms from movies, television shows, video games, anything like that stand out? I mean, we definitely have stuff for food. Looking at you, Paka Paka.
You know, I really love music, the music line that we have started to produce. You know what, like, really got me excited was when we we did Biggie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the second version of Biggie for New York Comic Con. That right there, like, got me super excited. And then Tupac. I mean, you can't go wrong with Tupac. I still have the original Biggie and Tupac.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fire.
Straight heat.
Do you play any instruments?
That's a good
She can
question.
sing.
No, I cannot sing.
Or which instrument do you want to play if you knew how?
If I knew, okay, so when I was younger, it was the guitar. Wanted to rock out in a guitar. And now as I get older, I think that if I were to choose an instrument when I started playing as a child, it would be a violin.
Nice.
Yeah, a violin. I want to get my daughter into that because I think that's so fantastic. Like, just knowing the notes, how to read it, and like playing those strings or chords or whatever, however you call it. But
Yeah.
yeah, the violin.
And it's the cheaper of the instruments in the orchestra. I played bass, and my mom was mad at me instantly. It's like, oh, you had to pick the most expensive instrument.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
Savius
those
too.
things are huge. They're like $1,000 minimum.
I played the recorder.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
The recorder.
You know the triangle? Bing.
We had to do that in school. I wonder, do they still do that, the recorder?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I hated it. You had to do these like solos in front of the class, and it was like
I never
hot
liked
cross buns. No, thank you.
I never liked the solos. I wanted to play as part of the group, but the solos,
I was
no,
like-
spank you.
I know. When I was in the group, I just pretended I knew what I was doing.
You could just
was
homer
like-
into the bushes. Nicely done.
I do that in life.
Same.
We're in a big group. And
I'm like, yeah.
Well, I know from going with you to many of the conventions that you are a collector, and you collect some things. Anything specific stand out that you're a big fan
Oh
of?
man.
enamel pins. Enamel pins. Especially the Star Wars Celebration ones.
You knew I was going to call you out on it one way.
Yeah.
Disney though, you didn't go that ham on enamel pins. So is it it's a specific
It's
type of pin?
I think it's just more of the chase for a pin that is harder to get, because I go to Disney and I can go in and I can
Look,
choose
yeah.
like the ones I want, but if it says limited edition or a piece count,
Sold.
I'm like,
Does anyone know anything about that?
Yeah, like the first Star Wars Celebration I went to with you, we had the Kylo Ren pin in our booth. And at that time, did you know about the pin trading program before that con started?
yes, I did.
did? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a background story of like what pins go where, but I did know that there was a pin trading
And you learned fast. at
option.
that con.
Yeah, and I was like, what am I gonna do? But it's really funny because the second Star Wars Celebration that we went to, I told myself, and I think I even told you guys,
You did.
Yes.
I am not going to get into this race. I am going to go in blind, and I am not going to know anything.
5 minutes later, you're
Yeah.
trading in the back with a booth.
You'd see Somaly getting up to the front counter, talking to anybody who had on a lanyard
Yeah,
with a
what
bunch
is
of
he gonna
pins,
be?
going, "What is this one? What's that all about?"
I
Where'd you
didn't
get
go to that convention, but I heard back at home base, I heard stories about your pins and how you had like a piece of cardboard and like what you needed and like where to get it, and
Yeah,
I was like,
If only
"Atta
someone
girl."
had taken a photo of that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the right answer.
That reminds me
Plausible
of
deniability.
you also saved somebody's life in front of everyone.
Oh, that's
It was awesome. You deserve a tiny little cape.
Just a tiny cape.
I just want a tiny one.
Just a tiny little cape.
I do remember that. It was in front of our booth, and a kid was eating a fry, and he was coughing. And for some reason, like I was busy doing something. I looked over. I see this kid coughing. I go over, and like I don't know the Heimlich maneuver, right?
Yeah.
But I see him coughing, so I go and I stick my finger down his throat. But I don't think you're supposed to do that. Apparently,
Doesn't matter. You say.
and I pulled it out. I
Yeah.
pulled out the fry because I saw him coughing. I saw it hanging out, so I
Yeah, he
stuck
was
my
turning
finger down
blue
there.
and everything. Like he was not
Yeah.
just like he was like
He couldn't make any
choking
noise,
coughing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Choking coughing.
And so then we had a code word to say if somebody was choking or if there was like a life-threatening issue that was happening around our booth. And, our security guy came out and, helped make sure that the kid was fine. He called all of the security around and got paramedics. And, we have people that work at the booth and fanatics that work at the booth as well who are certified. What is it like?
CPR.
CPR
Yeah.
certified. So, they were all on deck and just making sure that the kid was fine. I remember like I had to go in the back and like take a breather. And I think that's probably the first con I've ever like shed a tear.
Yeah, that was a serious moment. I was standing like 3 feet away and had no idea any of this was happening until the paramedics arrived. You had already jumped into action, saved this kid's life.
The kid puked.
Yeah, she was doing victory laps around the convention center already, and they're like, "Hey, Sully, you want to pay attention? You were right there."
Like, wait, what?
I totally forgot about that story. Thanks for reminding me.
I
I deserve a little cape. Yeah, and I got
Okay.
one little tear.
One single tear for your tiny cape.
tiny cape. And then you could celebrate with some tiny tacos, which are out now, Jack.
Oh yeah, I'm
Tiny
down.
tacos.
Those are
Tacos.
amazing. All right, so we talked about your fandoms, the characters you're fans of, what you collect. You didn't know about Funko before coming on board, but clearly you're a fan now. You've got the Tupac and the Biggie. Are there some favorite pieces that you've gotten over the years?
Oh, let me see. I really enjoyed the Freddy Dorbs that we've done.
Ooh, yeah.
That is
Dorbs.
my favorite. I got Freddy. The one Freddy Dorb that I'm looking for is the one where he's holding the lollipop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I have the one the stock market.
And
Oh, yeah.
NASDAQ one.
The NASDAQ.
Yeah,
I like that one.
the ones that we've sold at Funko Store. Yeah,
Is there
and
like
then-
Emerald City one?
Oh yeah, there's an Emerald City
Oh, yeah.
one, and then
We
there
had a New
wasn't there a
York
New
one
York
that was
one?
really cute,
Yeah, I
yeah.
have that one too.
A couple of Fun Days ones too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but those
The
were
Knight.
the larger ones, right?
thought
Oh
we had
yeah,
some
the
little ones, too.
white knight or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but Freddy
ones in
Dorbs.
Currently.
What do you sing in the car? What is your favorite tune to sing?
Oh my gosh, whatever
And
song
do you actually sing in the car?
Some carpool
I
karaoke.
do, whatever song my daughter wants to play. So, Meet Me in the Middle.
So
Oh, she's so into Whitney Houston right now, though.
Really?
I want to dance with somebody.
Nice.
See, she does sing.
Yeah, she does.
Sometimes.
But I noticed earlier you said you were going to push her to play a musical instrument. Does that mean she's not a natural singer? Trying to word that carefully.
No, she's a better lip syncer.
There you go. I like how kids will just belt it out no matter what. They don't really care.
Yeah.
But then some evolve into an actual... I never evolved. I just became that kid that realized his voice was garbage. No more singing for me.
Oh.
When you've been at Funko so long, you have seen some products going in and out. Do you see what's going to be like a hot seller for the Comic Cons already?
Oh, can she predict?
Yeah, can you
what's going to
predict
be the
that?
hot ones?
did you predict that Golden Girls action figures were going to do as well as they did?
Yeah, no, but I knew they were going to do really well, but I didn't know how far
Yeah.
it would have, it went. But yeah, I do see, I see the line list, and that's where I go in and, think how many quantities to bring to the show. And I can identify, no, I shouldn't say I can identify, but I do notice which conventions will have the strong sellers. And this year, I know what it is.
Nice. Nice.
Don't say it yet.
No,
Don't say
of
it.
course not. Heavy hitters.
Actually, say it, and then I'll just foghorn it out.
Really?
No, because then I might
I
miss
was
the foghorn.
Because I will.
I'll put a
She
foghorn
was ready.
randomly in here
Yeah.
somewhere. She had it on the tip of her tongue. Tip of her tongue. All right, let's move on to some bonus questions. We do get some questions sent to us over our almost 150 episodes of the Funcast. There have been a few that come in time and time and time again. So we like to ask our guests in the Getting to Know segment kind of a rapid fire. First of all, often debated on the Funcast with fans, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh.
She's one of those.
You in my camp. So
It's the only thing I don't like about her.
You don't appreciate that's about hers?
No.
Is that something you actually order regularly, or you just will eat it if it's there?
I will eat it if it's there.
Okay.
But no, I don't order it regularly.
Okay, you gained some points.
What's your standard go-to pizza toppings?
It is bacon and pineapple. Oh my God, no. It's bacon and pepperoni.
I don't order pineapple, but
But
I
I-
always order pineapple.
I was like, Hawaii?
Bacon and pepperoni.
nice.
Oh, that's good. That's a good combo.
Yeah. Ooh,
She likes the
bacon and
meats.
mushrooms too.
Oh, I love
Lost
mushrooms.
me.
Yeah,
Some of
that one too.
Mushrooms, olives
Slimy
with
mushrooms.
pineapples.
Oh,
yeah.
God, it's everything. No, that's the worst.
Yeah, you always order the pizza with all the mushrooms.
I love it. And olives just give me.
I have to do a lot of work before I eat one of those slices.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
gotta
pick off all of it. I can't
Scrape off the entire
nothing
top,
left.
and then you eat a piece of bread.
Yeah, with some tomato
Yeah.
sauce if you're lucky. All right, next question. Where was the best burger you ever had?
Ooh. I mean, Shake Shack.
Solid.
Ooh, Tipsy Cow. Tipsy Cow too. Tipsy Cow is this burger joint that we have here in Woodinville or Redmond.
Have you had this?
Yeah, I get the one with truffle oil on it, like the winemaker.
Sully's
I think it's
eyes
called-
got 4 times
Truffle oil
larger.
makes everything better.
Dude,
Unless
go to
there's
Tipsy
too
Cow.
much. Have you ever had
Yeah.
too much truffle
Yes.
oil on something
Yeah, yeah.
and like fries, and you're just like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Well, then it's just like you're swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah.
You got to go Tipsy
So
Cow.
Tipsy Cow. I've never heard of that.
All right, we need to take a group
Google.
trip. Matter of fact, we're going to pause right here,
Yeah.
and then we'll just go there and we'll pick up on the recording on the other side of Tipsy Cow.
There you go.
No.
Deal.
We got to get some work done. So you kind of said it already. Is your favorite fast food burger Shake Shack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over In and Out.
Yes.
Hot take.
Over In and Out, and I mean over Dick's too.
Dick's is a local
Yeah.
Seattle staple.
Dick's is good though.
I enjoy
but
it.
It is, but Shake Shack, man.
Dick's, you cannot beat the price though. Like, Shake Shack is still kind of expensive for a fast food burger. In-N-Out is more reasonable, but
Is Dick's still at the same pricing as when they opened? When I saw those
it's
prices,
not much higher.
What?
Yeah, it's not much higher.
But you go in there and the line is like 50 people deep at 2 registers when I've been in before.
Their ice cream is not great, though. I'll tell you that.
That's one of my big takeaways, too, is like Whataburger. I rave about it all the time. I don't like their shakes. Other people think they're the best, but they're like those machine ones, like from the mix.
Yeah.
I like real ice cream shakes and malts.
Yeah, me too.
How about you? You a shake connoisseur?
No.
Yeah, fair enough. Mm-hmm. All right, this is a tough one. If Funko could make one pop of your choice, any license, any character, no restrictions, we could just make whatever we wanted, which is not the way things work, by the way. If we could, what one thing would you want?
Why are you looking at
what
the
do you want, a
lights,
ceiling
girl?
tile?
I'm trying to get some inspiration.
Maybe a music? Maybe a music?
Yeah, is there a musician? Maybe a Whitney Houston Pop for your daughter? I don't want to put thoughts in your brain there, but...
No, I want it to be like super epic. It's gonna have to be like
So
some
Whitney
type
is
of
not super
movie
epic.
moment. No, she is epic. Okay, she's awesome. She's a music legend, but I want something like movie moment type of action. If I were to make something, I would, but I don't know what it is. I just know it would have to be like
Sounds like movies.
huge.
Yeah.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as we hit end and move on, you'll be like, oh, I got it. I know the thing. That's how that works.
How about the ghost one with the vase making? Sup.
So,
So,
all right. Any other questions from you guys?
I don't know. I just have to say you always have swag on. Just fire.
Like
All the time.
shoes?
Shoes, just the outfit, all of it.
Yeah.
On point.
Thank you.
Also, I don't believe that you ever sleep because when we leave the office, you always hear no matter how late we leave.
She sleeps upside down.
Yep.
I've shared a room with her before. Yeah.
I'm a bat.
It must require some
Bats
sort of
sleep
special
upside
bedding. All right, then let's move along, and maybe you'll come up with that item as we get further into the Funcast. I got a new announcement to make. This is going to be brand new. No one's seen anything about this yet. We've got a giveaway coming up for a pair of tickets to the WWE Monday Night Raw event that will be here in Everett, just a couple blocks from Funko HQ on Monday, February 17th. I'm looking at Dima because he and I will be there.
Oh, yeah, baby.
If all goes according to plan.
We're gonna do this thing.
What we're going to do is we got 4 tickets, 2 pairs of 2 tickets, and we're giving everybody a chance to win on Twitter, but we're also doing something special. So some of you may have come here by virtue of some of the messages you've seen to listen to the Funcast to find out how to win a pair of tickets. Now, before I get into it too deep, just know you need to be here in the area. We're not sending airfare, hotel, any of that. So you either got to be a local or you got to be willing to come out here for the event. But what we want you to do, if you'd like to win, all you have to do is share a GIF, your favorite WWE GIF, not GIF, GIF. I said that carefully.
Old school.
Yes, exactly. The way God intended. Share your favorite WWE GIF along with a tweet that says something to the effect of, and it doesn't have to be word for word, but pretty close to, I want to win Monday Night Raw tickets from the Funko Funkast. And be sure to include that hashtag in there, Funko Funkast, which is F-U-N-K.
Oh.
F-U-N-K-A-S-T.
Oh.
I love it.
She picked up on that
She
quick.
did. Yeah. She's like, oh, yeah.
Well done, Somaly. Well done.
Should we do it again? Let's do it again.
The hashtag is Funko Funkast. That's F-U-N-K.
Oh.
F-U-N-K-A-S-T. Well done. And because we want to know that you actually listen and you weren't just copying other people's tweets.
Yeah.
Keep this on the DL. It's just for those of you listening. Include the angel emoji, which is basically just a happy face with wings and a halo. Include that in your tweet. That's the trigger. That's the thing we know for sure.
I think there's a male or female one.
I think there is now, yeah.
Oh, is there an option
There
on
might
that
be a
one?
baby as well.
Baby
But really,
angel.
any version of an angel.
Either angel, any
Sounds good.
angel will do. If you can do angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, go for it. I don't know if that's
Do
an
bats
emoji.
count as angels?
Okay, we'll count that too. Why not? You can include that emoji. And let's see. This opens on Friday. This Friday, February 7th. So if you're listening to the Funcast early, which thank you, we love you for doing that. Just get your tweet ready, and on Friday you can start sending those out. And then be on the lookout too on Twitter. You can retweet the image that we'll post on Twitter for a second opportunity to win. But we wanted to hold some back.
good
for
odds there.
Our Funcast listeners.
Somaly, if you were WWE superstar, what would be your finish off maneuver?
Ooh.
Or your stage name.
I like stage name better because I don't.
You don't fight?
She just step over someone.
I would just go I would flick my finger and then they would just fall down.
There you go.
Because
And the stage name is?
Flingin.
Okay.
She started with a peace
Flingin
sign.
Smallz.
Flingin Smallz.
Flingin Smallz. It's like a boogers.
It looks like it's a booger movement.
Yeah.
It's when you're driving,
Flip
you don't
and
know where to put it.
I'm just gonna
Same
fling over
stratosphere.
here. I'm gonna fling over there.
Flingin.
I'm gonna fling with my small cape.
There you go.
Yes, there you go.
Tiny Cape Flingin Smallz. I love it. All right. Speaking of giveaways, we got some winners from last week. In episode 135, we promised 3 ways to win: Twitter, SoundCloud, and YouTube. On Twitter, our winner of a Social Media Freddy 2.0 and a mystery prize is Bobby Chambers, who on Twitter is Bobo Chambers. That's just fun to say. On SoundCloud, a Social Media Freddy 2.0 and a Funcast t-shirt. Go to, and I can't believe he has not won. I've said his name about 1 million
Isn't that
times.
crazy?
Sean Logan,
Congrats.
a.k.a. Afro Freddy.
Freddy.
Congrats, Afro Freddy.
Finally
Mr.
going to get
Sean.
him a Social
That's
Media
crazy.
Freddy.
Congrats,
I can't
Daddy.
believe it. You know what it is? I saw his name so many times. I'm always like, surely he won.
He sure
already.
won.
I feel bad because he's always listening to the Funcast and sending in some good emails and jokes.
And a very kind person. too.
Super nice dude. And then on YouTube, we asked you to comment below last week's episode. That was 135 for a mystery prize pack, and that winner is Deathstroke Daily.
Yeah.
Who normally we would say email us in, but I'll DM him on Twitter because we know he's on Twitter as well. So Sean, look out on SoundCloud for your notification. Bobby and Deathstroke, look out for your tweets, DMs to claim your prize. Now this week, because Somaly, we had you on standby for this one, we got a very important role for you in this. We got a new giveaway. Someone will win a Social Media Freddy 2.0 and a mystery prize for simply tweeting out the Funcast. All I got to do is tweet a link to where they listened, tell people why they should listen, include that hashtag, which was FUNK, FUNKAST, and an emoji. You get to pick the emoji, Somaly.
Cactus.
Nice.
I like it.
She said that with such authority. Do we know that there's a cactus
There's a
emoji?
cactus.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I will
You gonna double
confirm
check?
in a second.
Some kind of plant.
That's a first. I think we've only had like one duplicate on these emojis ever.
Who was it?
What was the
What was
duplicate?
it? Yeah. Confirm there is a cactus.
Sweet. Look
Yeah.
at you.
Confirmed.
I can't remember which one it was, but I was surprised when we finally had a duplicate. I'm like, oh, that's a first.
I don't remember the
Or am I
dupe.
just imagining that? I might be. I do that a lot.
It'd be like French flag or something.
Like I know I
A
sent
French
that
flag,
email.
yes.
I never sent that email.
It was the French flag,
It
correct?
was a French flag.
Then over on SoundCloud, I'm just ignoring y'all.
Nothing.
Fine. All right.
I'm already moving on.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
Over on
Oh.
SoundCloud, you can leave a comment below the Funcast episode 136 for a chance to win a Social Media Freddy 2.0 and a Funcast t-shirt. Any comment will do.
All right.
All right, we got a new section here, and then I think we may have time for a couple of questions.
get this box
from
here?
the Funcast Blast box. We're doing a new segment each week called Reviews, and it is reviews.
Reviews.
it's in the name of the
Reviews by you.
Over for Funko Hollywood from Yelp, we got the kindest review from Lucas B, who I believe is Lukey Dookie, who visited Funko Hollywood and said, "There's absolutely nothing like Funko Hollywood. This store is a place where imaginations can run wild as guests walk through iconic pop culture worlds. It feels like you're experiencing a mix of a theme park pop culture museum and a toy store all in one, and that's the recipe for an incredible time. I'm already so excited to go back for my second visit with my adult siblings, who have no idea what they're in for. And of course, shout out to all the friendly staff there who help make the experience enjoyable for diehard Funko fans like me and casual curious cats like everyone I'm bringing back. 10 of 10. Is he looking for a copyright job? Because that was wonderfully crafted.
That was very well.
Well done, Lucas.
This needs like a backtrack, some music background, some Lord of the Rings.
Slow it down, son. Yeah.
Well
Absolutely
done.
nothing.
Very well written.
Like Funko. We need Barry White to read that. That would be amazing. I could listen to that. Or James Earl Jones. I would love that. All right. And then for the Funko Funkast, we've been going to iTunes, which, by the way, if you guys have not left a review for the Funko Funkast on iTunes, please do so. We got a great one from Viperhorn99.
Nice.
That's a cool name.
That
That
sounds
is.
from Mad Max.
Titled
It does.
Spontaneous Laughter Funko Jokes Family. I mean, I don't even have to read the review, and I think he's nailed the essence of the Funcast right there. But he said, I first turned to the Funcast because I thought I would only get Funko Info. I was wrong. I also heard members of the Funko put together a podcast that delivered information on movies, music, and geography.
What?
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about us talking about things in the area.
Oh.
That could be it.
Oh, there you go.
They answer
our
listener
travels.
questions. That too. They answer listener questions, reveal upcoming secrets, and tell some awful but funny jokes. By the way, they're bad dad jokes, not awful in like a vulgar sort of way. You'll laugh, feel proud, and even cry on occasion. Shout out to Hillary. Give it a try and listen a few because you'll soon be a part of a big community called Family.
No.
2 very well written reviews. Thank you for that,
Thank you,
Viperhorn 99. All right, I think we got some time before we close out to answer a few listener questions. We've got our Funcast Blast box over there. Unfortunately, Hillary's not on to sing the song this week.
Yeah.
Damon, would you like to try the Funcast Blast?
Funkast Blast, pew pew pew, pew pew pew.
Pew pew.
We don't quit your day job.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll
Somaly.
let you want to do the honors there, Ashley? Or you going to let Somaly pick?
Somaly's going to.
If you were about to become a pop figure, which accessories would you have?
Accessories.
Ooh,
Or what would be in your hands?
I need a jacket. I'm always cold. Get me a nice big
Teddy bear
jacket,
jacket.
that looks
Nice.
like a blanket.
You do wear a lot of jackets and shawls and sweaters.
I like it.
That's my accessory. Final
Nice.
answer.
Nice.
Actually, my other accessory, I'm just kidding.
Is a water bottle. Right?
Yeah, filled with coffee.
Filled with coffee.
Okay, this is what retro video game do you wish to see get popped? Mine would be a gaming moment of any Mombat character
It might have just been a misspell. Probably
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Yeah.
Wombats.
on
That's a line.
That's cool.
base looking like they're about to face off.
And who sent that in?
Nicholas Scott, the collector.
Nice.
So,
Ooh, let's see, my retro video game. I mean, we've already made Pac-Man. That was one. Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, I guess the next one would be Mario.
Mario.
Yeah, that would be my.
I
It
would
would
say,
be
yeah.
the like retro Mario, not the new Mario that's happening
Would you
right
would you
now.
go for the tiny one or for the big one or the one with wings? Which one? There's so many different Mario versions you can go off.
Dude? The
The fire one. There's
Yeah.
the exclusive would be with the wings.
Nice.
And the squirrel one.
Oh
Super
my
Mario 3.
gosh! Yeah, and then they wag.
ooh, yeah.
Was that a squirrel or was that something else?
It's like a
raccoon.
beaver
It's
tail
like
or
a
something,
bee-
right?
something. Lion.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
Oh, raccoon. Sure.
Oh, that was a raccoon.
Or
Raccoon
something.
beaver.
It has a big
Eh.
fluffy tail.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Great tail.
A tail that I want to make into my jacket.
All
Just
right.
kidding.
Cruella de Vil.
But yeah, it would be Mario Brothers.
Nice.
Mario.
There we
It's
go.
me, Mario.
It's a me, a Mario. How about y'all?
Same.
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, that's a good one.
The toughest game of them all.
There's so
still-
much Nintendo.
Still don't know how you do it, but I'd like Rocket League Pops. I don't know how it works. I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
Pop Ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find a way.
With some kind of a topping.
Yeah, like you have all the different toppers that you can get on these
You have
things.
Mr. Poopy Butthole, you can put him in there.
He actually is an antenna topper.
That's right.
You know that.
Yeah.
You know that to be true.
It's true.
All right. You want to pick another one? We got time for one more.
Go ahead. She's a guest. She's a guest.
Would you rather be a wizard or a superhero? Robert Vadaz. And he says, I would rather want to be a superhero, Iron Man to be exact, since he's my favorite.
There we go. What about you?
I'd be a superhero.
You be
Not into the magic.
Oh my gosh, what would you be?
Well, I'm already a magician, so let's just stick with that.
Yeah, superhero, I think.
I want to be a wizard.
Yeah, there we
Like
go.
a Harry Potter.
Yeah, like
So
get
you
me
need
a
one of those
wand,
capes and a wand.
and then
Would you
You're-
use a wand or
You're
would
a
you
wizard,
use hands?
Somali.
Have I explained the first half of Harry Potter to you?
no, but I heard I heard lots of laughing.
I will do that.
All
That's a
right.
good one.
I think that gets us to our time there. So our final stage is always our sign off, which we prepped you on this. We each have our own sign off. I say Nerds Unite because it's all about us all coming together. Ashley says.
I will not be tamed for no reason at all.
Dima says.
Live deliciously.
Which I like a lot. Do you have a phrase or something that comes to mind that means something to you?
Getting
Out.
jiggy with it.
I'm out.
I'm out. That's
Like
nice
a
and
light
easy.
bulb.
All right, so what we'll do is I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and then we'll all say our sign-offs at the same time. Don't ask me why we do it, but we do it. So in 3, 2, 1.
Out like a light bulb.
Did Dima even say anything?
Of course I did.
Liar.